Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Seth. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let's talk about Yoimiya. So, Kaedehara Kazuha's banner is going to, end in a day, in a few hours. And then, Yoimiya hasn't been out for a really long time and she's the next banner coming up. And then there's been a lot of debate on whether or not you should go for Yoimiya. And I'm here to tell you, no, you should not. If less people pull for her, there will be more space in her heart for me, and that's all I care about. If you didn't want Yoimiya in the first place, then fucking great. Don't pull for her, more for me. Okay, with all jokes aside, I'm going to tell you the real reason why you shouldn't pull for Yoimiya, although I fucking love her very, very much. Reason one being Sumeru is just around the corner and you might want someone new rather than pulling for Yoimiya. So the reason why I have Yoimiya is because I skipped, I'm gonna get flamed for this, but I skipped Ayaka's banner. The first time she came out, that is. I skipped Ayaka's banner. And I thought I'd rather pull Yoimiya than Ayaka. But it's true, I like Yoimiya a whole lot better than Ayaka. It's just preference, really. Like, I just like Yoimiya's character more. I think her gameplay is much more fun. And yeah, how can you say no to this? Look at her. She's fucking adorable. Alright, I would like to go into the pros and cons of Yoimiya, but first I will show you what I have on her, just in case there's some, not confusion, but like there's to show you the reason why my Yoimiya does what she does, which is pretty good damage. So here is all my artifacts. I'm going to skim through them very briefly. I'm not going to explain each and every one of them. But yeah, 4P Shimenao's Reminiscence set is very good. 0 constellations, town is looking like this. And here's the stats overall, just so that there is no confusion. I also show the weapon, but in case you missed it, here you go. Yep, that's it. And the team I am using is Yoimiya, Bennett, Xingqiu, and Official, because I can make a better team, but I'm going to, make it a 4-star team just for convenience purposes. Like maybe you don't have other 5-star characters, because maybe you may have skipped Kazuha's banner and for Yoimiya, so that's the reason why I'm not using Kazuha. Or you just didn't want to pull for Yelan, that's why I'm not using Yelan. Where was I? Oh yeah, first reason, Sumeru coming out very soon. You may want new characters instead of old existing ones, and Yoimiya has been out for a year now, and everyone has seen what she does, everyone knows what she does, and there's no excitement other than owning her. So yeah, that's one thing. The second thing is because there's quote-unquote better pyro characters, there's a better DPSs out there. So maybe you don't want Yoimiya, and there might be better DPSs coming out in Sumeru. Who knows? That's why you might want to save your primo gems. That's fine too. And number 3 is because I love her more than you do, and nothing in the world can fucking change that. So let's go into the pros and cons that everyone's been talking about. I'm going to say the cons first, and then I'm going to kind of counter argument those cons a little bit. But all these cons are true. The biggest one is of course she can only deal single target damage. She can do a little bit of AoE with her burst, but that is very negligible. If you can't kill mobs fast enough, you can shred bosses like paper. She's very, very strong single target DPS. Number 2, the con is her burst fucking sucks. It's not that bad. It's just it doesn't do that much damage, and the explosion damage is kind of negligible. It's not very good. But the counter argument to that is her talents. So this talent first, when she uses her E and she normal attacks, her pyro damage bonus increases by 2% on hit, and this effect lasts for 3 seconds and has a maximum of 10 stacks. She can stack up to 20% pyro damage bonus. And then the next talent is using her burst causes nearby party members, not including Yoimiya, not including her, to gain a 10% attack increase for 15 seconds. Additionally, a further attack bonus will be added on based on the number of stacks this talent has. Okay, so the more stacks this has, the more attack is given to her other party members when she uses her burst, which is a really fucking fun mechanic if you think about it. You use her E, dish out as much damage as you can, and after like a certain amount of time, you use your burst, you switch out, and then you start using your support skills / burst again, which is a really fun mechanic. I really enjoy it. I always think about these two talents while I'm playing her, and it makes her so much more fun to play. So yeah, her burst may suck damage wise, and it works like a support type of ability or type of skill. So maybe people don't like that because she is a main DPS, but her burst acts like a support burst, which is a little strange, but I personally find it really fun. The last con is she's boring. She normal attack spams, and that's considered boring. I think charge attack spamming is a lot more boring than normal attack spamming. So I think, me personally, I don't like using Hu Tao or even plunge attack spamming. I don't like using Hu Tao. I don't like using Xiao because I own both of them, and I don't use them anymore. I took off all his artifacts because I don't use them anymore. Hu Tao's ones, I still keep it on her because I always think to myself I might use her again one day, but I haven't used her in fucking forever. So yeah, I don't own Ganyu because I find charge attack spamming boring, so I don't own her. Controversial opinion. I don't like charge attack spamming. I don't like plunge attack spamming. I don't find them fun, but I do find normal attack spamming fun because I think the animations look nicer. That's all I have to say. Everyone complaining about how she's boring to play out. All she does is normal attack spam. It's the same thing with Ayato, but I don't see anyone else complaining about Ayato. All he does is E and normal attack. It's the same thing with fucking Yoimiya. But yes, if you don't like normal attack spamming, you're not gonna like Yoimiya. Just don't even watch more of this video. Anyway. Oh, and I forgot. I said that was the last con, but there's another con. Is that it's her internal cooldown is what people like to call it. What internal cooldown is the time it takes for her to do a reaction while in her what's it called? While in her thingy, her skill, her powered up normal attacks. So the thing is, for Hu Tao, every time she charge attacks, she will apply vaporize damage. She will always apply vaporize damage every time she charge attacks, which is very, very, very good. The thing with Yoimiya is that she can only apply vaporize every 1st, 4th, and 7th normal attack. Let me show you real quick. This counts as 2. This counts as 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. Okay, this will apply vaporize. This won't. This will. This won't. And that will. Okay, you got it? So this will apply vaporize. That won't. This will. This won't. And then that will. It'll be better if I show you against the Raiden Shogun. The thing about internal cooldown, or the argument against internal cooldown, is that it's so bad and it makes her unplayable, which is absolutely not fucking true. The thing is, I don't even think about internal cooldown because I think you can ignore that fact and still deal a lot of damage with Yoimiya. Inconsistent big damage, but you will still deal big damage because the thing is, she will still hit like a truck without vaporizing. And I'll show you right here. So this is a good example because Raiden Shogun has a lot of health. I will use all my bursts right here. Okay, I fucked up. Alright, here's the full damage of what she can do. So that was a 76k on crit. Very, very good damage. Very, 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 very good damage. So yeah, she is a boss shredder. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention another big detail about her is her charge shot. Her charge shot looks very pretty, but it is practically very useless. It does fuck all for damage. It just looks kind of pretty when you shoot it up in the sky and it like explodes. Yeah, like that. Better with 3. Yeah, it just looks pretty. That's all that really matters. The thing is, it does hone in on enemies, but is that very good? No, it does like fucking like, well, like maybe 1,000 damage at most. It's not good. It's not good. Also, another thing I forgot to mention is you know that because of that internal cooldown thing, you're gonna have to need something that like prevents stagger. For example, Xingqiu's shield or Zhongli's shield. So yeah, that's the only real thing you have to really change for her. But the thing is, you should be using Xingqiu because it applies vaporize. You know, vaporize deals the most damage. That's, you know, that's the main thing you want on Yoimiya. The thing is, you could have Fischl and start using overload, but the thing is, when the enemies start to fly up in the air from overload, the enemies kind of get hard to hit, so she does miss a couple shots sometimes, which is not very good. Sometimes it might, like, you know, decrease your damage overall, which is not nice. I'll try to show an example somewhere. Okay, I'm only going to use overload. See, like when they get knocked up and shit like that, sometimes she misses a few shots, which is not very ideal. Yeah, you can juggle enemies with it, but it's not ideal. You do a lot more damage with vaporize, and I suggest, you know, using vaporize. If you have Kazuha to replace Fischl, definitely use Kazuha. If not, you can use Zhongli. Zhongli is very good, but I don't have him because, you know, I don't really want him. to be real honest, I don't really care about Zhongli. I'd rather spend my primo gems on other characters, and again, I'm going to get fucking flamed. I forgot to mention another big con that people are talking about is the auto targeting system is fucking terrible, and if you fight a Sisson mage, then you're practically gonna be annoyed every time you shoot one of her flies, one of her electro flies, which I can kind of see why you would, you know, get a little annoyed about that, but I think in reality it's not that big of a deal. Only because if you get close enough to the system mage, they changed this a little while ago. If you get close enough to the system mage, then you can, you only target the system mage, and it basically ignores the flies if you just get close enough to her. I think this has always been the case, but I think they made it a little more consistent. So yeah, I'm going to try do it on her over here. See, look, so you see I'm targeting the flies most of the time, but you know, it's not that big of a deal. Alright, me personally, I haven't had much trouble with Sisson mages, because if you get close enough to her, you start hitting her anyway, And if you start hitting the flies, who fucking cares, because the flies die in like 1 or 2 hits anyway, so you're not really missing out on too much damage. Say in the Spiral Abyss, I'm pretty sure the flies at least have the same amount of health as they do in the overworld. I don't think the flies get any more health. I'm pretty sure the System Mage themselves get more health, but not the flies. The System Mage is not that big of a problem. And then you might argue, like, if I need to get that close, then why don't I just use Hu Tao? And the thing is, it's only for one enemy. It's only for when you're fighting System Mages. All the other enemies, you can keep your range. Maybe not the Magu Kenki, because for some reason he blocks range attacks. For those two enemies only is where she's not the best option, but she's still playable. That's the thing. She's still very, very playable. So miss me with that shit. I think the biggest reason why I wouldn't pull for Yoimiya is just because Sumeru's coming up. I'm pretty biased. I fucking love her with all my heart. And if you don't want her, then you don't deserve this smile. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to end it here because all my finals are done. And it's finally time for me to go on summer break and, you know, get some good sleep. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully something interesting happens by then, because I am all out of video ideas. So yeah, have a good one. Bye bye.